Okay. And the last kind of cable is a smart cable, where you take a covered cable and add redstone and glowstone. Now, how much of both do I have? I got a respectable amount. Where to put the covered cables? Oh, this is nuts. I couldn't have mislaid them already. Yeah, they're here. So what's this thing do? Well, they display the number of channels they use on their side. So I suppose if you want to keep a running tally of them, well, they got to be the same colored in order to connect to each other. I don't know how far I'm going to get into this though. Oh, and these are improvement cards. They're for capacity, and there's stuff where you can add these on to existing Applied Energistics stuff, and it'll improve their ability to do things. I'll just tack this on here. Sort this again. Doesn't do much, I'm afraid, but whatever. Oh, and I got quartz glass. I'm going to need that too, I think. Oh, and there's a storage quest. Oh, look at that. I get all kinds of different processors and cables. Covered cables. Maybe I will start using them. Alright, so how much of this stuff did I get? 7 calculation processors, 8 I think logic processors, and 4 engineering processors. Bit of a low ball, but whatever. And some smart cables too. I'm going to get all these processors though. Okay, back to Applied Energistics. Here we go. Now these ad hoc networks. Well, I'm not sure what it says here other than you need an energy acceptor, some cable, presumably ME cable, up to 8 channels. I don't know, I guess it's I guess if you don't want to get too into Applied Energistics. Anyway, the way to make an energy acceptor has changed some. I forget what you needed to do exactly, other than you need quartz glass, and I forget what was in the center of them. It might have been ground up fluix dust or something, or maybe a fluix crystal. I forget. It has been kind of a while, but it's much easier now. Come to think of it, I might actually have a use for just this one thing. If I ever need to take an A thing and run it like by itself. Okay, the gem I arguably could have done without, but that doesn't really matter. Can I get away with taking this one out? Yeah, okay. These are proving to be kind of not very useful. Alright, where are we? Well, we need to access the system in order to in order to use it properly, and store stuff on the system too. So let's discuss storage for a second. We were introduced to the concept with the QIO network. Now there, it was basically a disk drive. This thing it's basically like a combination between the ME controller and its disk drive. Here, the ME controller and disk drive are separate. So, the storage bus acts as an interface between external storage blocks and the ME network. Theoretically, I should be able to connect this ME controller to this QIO. Ah, darn it. Okay. I think they're connected now, but I'm not. But I can't exactly confirm or deny that until I have system access terminals. And these need formation and annihilation cores. There's different kinds of these. And for some, I think you make one by using the other. So we'll start with... Wait. We'll start with this one, the ME terminal. Now let's see, an illuminated panel. That hasn't changed at all. It's a really basic recipe. Requires glowstone, redstone, iron, and glass, and I've got the glass. Thank goodness I got the glass too. I think glass, it makes 4 of them, but you need to grind up 5 of these Certus quartz crystals. I guess that's how it was, anyway. Is it still the case now? Yeah, it is. Alright. So this makes 3 illuminated panels. But that's just the panel. I also need the 2 cores. 1 formation, 1 annihilation. You can easily guess what they do. One's for deleting stuff, one's for adding stuff, and I need fluix stuff for both of them. Fortunately, I got some fluix crystals as a reward, and I think... Yeah, you can use the inscriber to grind them up. That certainly helps. I've got the logic processors, which use gold. The calculation processors, what do they use? Just Certus quartz. It used to be that they used not regular Certus quartz, but like a perfect crystal of it. So you would need to take some dust, some Certus dust, and put it in either throw it in some water and wait for however long, usually a while, or you'd put them in a crystal growth chamber. And that would take less time, but it would require energy. Okay, so I'm carrying a lot of stuff around. Where was I again? The ME terminal. It needs a logic processor too. Fortunately, I got one. But I'd like a crafting terminal. Of course, I need a crafting table for it. But that's not hard. Yeah, a crafting terminal is like an ME terminal, but you can craft with it. Ah, but we're not quite through yet making terminals from other terminals. The ME pattern encoding terminal adds the capability to encode patterns, which is for automatic crafting. So let me just stick this in the network here. Does it really just not have... Well, I thought I would be able to import the stuff in from the QIO terminal. Where's my wrench? Here it is. Does this tell me anything? Is it like the mechanism configurator or anything? Well, it says detached. Only extracting... What if I made it show all items? Oh, I see what's going on. So it's connected to the QIO drive, like this thing as a box rather than... Okay, well that was... Well, in that case I shouldn't have bothered getting a QIO thing to the ME controller. I'm almost positive you can do this, though. Let me just take this bus back if I'm not going to be able to use it. Well, I only meant to take the bus back. But while I'm thinking about it, I suppose this could stand to be a little bit further out, a little bit to the side, a little bit up. Then I'll put the interface in here, like that. Alright, well, I've been a bit belated with claiming rewards, so let's see what I got. Well, first I'll put all this in here, make some room. So for storage I got Scavenger's Delight again. That's just random odds and ends. I can stick them wherever I put books and wherever I put paper. Which isn't here. Or there. No idea where it is. External storage. Once again, I find myself dealing with stack upgrades. Basic stack upgrades. I got something else out of it. There wasn't much, but it wasn't really that complicated to... For my terminals... There's an amethyst wind chime. Oh my goodness, an amethyst wind chime. If these things are supposed to keep phantoms out, then perhaps I could do with... Perhaps I could hang them... How do these work exactly? Let's say I wanted to... do I have to hang them from overhead like this? Yeah. Yeah, you do have to hang them overhead. So let's just make this phantom safe, shall we? I'd like to make my whole roof phantom free. Or at least enough of it phantom free. And over here too. Yeah, sure. As soon as I hang up the wind chimes. It doesn't seem to be... It looks like it's trying to approach, but it can't. Where's this thing been all my life? I don't know if I want to go up to do create stuff, but I can only think of like a couple of more places where I need to put these chimes anyway. First being here. And the other one being there. Okay, well that certainly helped. Wasn't part of Applied Energistics, but I liked it. And finally, encoding patterns. Ah, and I got an ME interface out of that. And look at what else I got. 1K storage components. But most importantly, I can upgrade this thing to netherite. And I can't think of anything else that needs it more other than a thing where you can store stuff that can't be stacked. Now that just needs more in terms of raw space. And it seems I've finished the ME interface, which allows for, well, you can put stuff in, take stuff out of the ME system. But I think you do, but this allows you to do it automatically, if I remember correctly. It would be, which would really help if I was setting up a factory or something. Did I already get an ME interface? I thought I had. Maybe I put it somewhere else. Yeah, I did put it somewhere else. I knew I put it somewhere else. And for that I get another tier 1 stack upgrade. And another basic to iron tier upgrade. It's almost as if they don't expect you to be using sophisticated storage. Until now. All the same. It wasn't that big of a task, so it wouldn't be that big of a reward. Now the last terminal is a pattern access terminal, but I'd need another thing in there. Pattern provider. Now, you know how various mods have these automatic crafting things, like, what do you call it? I forget where I put this thing. Oh wait, the formulaic assemblicator. Well, Applied Energistics has that too. Except it's all part of the computer system and it requires some space. The crafting CPU, it's a bunch of blocks and it's a bunch of these blocks. It needs, I think it needs this thing and some crafting storage. But this crafting unit is the basis for which you form all these different components of the autocrafter. So I might as well make one of those. Oh wait, I forgot I put the chips away somewhere. Certainly got a lot of this glass, don't I? So I'll take that. There we go. Then there's the actual thing that that does the crafting. The molecular assembler and the ME pattern provider. Now, if you want to automatically craft something, you need, I think, both of these connected to. Well, I guess you can see how this all adds up. Let me see if I can't make a dense cable. Because they really do make... Yeah, here we go. Because they really do make a good, what do you call it, trunk, they said? Oh, but I need more of these. How am I going to get it? Well, in order to make a covered cable, you need to... I can twist. Yeah, here we go. Put wool on the on a Fluix cable, and that's really all it takes. Now, what do I have as far as wool? Do we even have string? I didn't think I didn't have string. Unless I do have string and... I forgot I had this. I didn't put the string in there? Where did I put it? Ah, yeah, here we go. Might as well make some wool right now. Like that. And I think I'm going to need, well, at least a couple more of these units of dense cable. Come on. Let's see if my theory actually works. Oops, hang on. Ah, it does. See, I connect the terminal out there. And then maybe I can string it a bit further along here. Where did I put the rest of my wool? Oh, wait. I'll just whip up some more dense cables there. Yeah, I know, it's 2 whole units, but... I'm probably going to need them. If I ever decide to go into automatic crafting. Oh, wait. Let me just claim this reward before I forget about it. What kind of stack upgrades this? Oh, it's tier 3. Well, I may be able to, what do you call it? Maybe, oh, these apparently do work together. I didn't know that. Well, I take back what I said about, So do I'll just put this here. I just don't have that many sophisticated storage boxes or barrels. Anyway, the molecular assembler. Fortunately, I've got the formation core, the annihilation core, but I need another crafting table. Because that's what this is all about, crafting. Okay, there's the molecular assembler. And the pattern provider. Well, it looks like I need another formation and annihilation core. I don't know how many of these I need at a time. But that also means I need to grind up a few more Fluix crystals. They're not exactly hard to make, though. Okay, and I never thought I'd have to go that far into the name to get the recipe. But this also needs crafting tables, 2 of them. And while I'm at this, the last terminal needs a panel, an enemy pattern provider, which I think you can, yeah, change it that way. Put these cores back here. Panel over there. And there's your pattern access terminal. The pattern access terminal, it can get to a pattern provider if it's somewhere that's kind of hard to get to. It's possible to have like a bunch of them strung up here, there, and everywhere, one for each item you want to automatically craft. And that's why that thing's useful. Although I don't think I'll be using it. It's not like I need a lot of a certain kind of thing. But it's a good thing to discuss. Okay. So storage monitors let you look at the network and see how much of something you need. Conversion monitors actually let you take stuff in, put stuff in and take stuff out. So I guess you'd need like a particular you need to, I think, specify a particular item. But I'm going to go with the storage monitor here because it's simplest and because I don't know whether I'll use that capability or not. I knew I still had more of these. So, the level emitter. I think it's just some kind of indicator. And this, well, I've got one more illuminated panel left. Okay, well, I seem to be lagging a bit behind in this. What kind of rewards do we get? Well, we've got tier 4 stack upgrade. And I think I know just where to use it too. Then I'll move that over to here. I'll end up putting these in my ME system. Then I got another one of these things. More wind chimes, but I already put out all the ones that I wanted to. Only got one of these barrels left to use that upgrade on. And this is just a regular loot box, nothing too special about it. Except for the fact that I got Certus quartz out of, well, one of these anyway. Maybe I can... Okay, well, I've put this off long enough. An ME drive. This is where the rubber actually starts to hit the road here. Because that's where you actually make discs and put stuff in the ME system. So I'm definitely going to need that. And I'll just stick it right over there. Yeah, it looks like you can connect. And the other thing is a cell workbench. I'm not entirely sure what that does, though. Oh, you can like set, you can filter stuff like by type, because it's better the way Applied Energistics works to store one item of a bunch of items of the same type. So what's this need? Well, among other things, wool. And a storage chest. And a calculation processor, but I got those. And they're so much easier to make now. I can put this thing, I guess, here. I can't? Unless it doesn't actually connect to anything. Because it doesn't connect to either of these cables. So maybe it doesn't really need to connect to anything at all on the AE network. Does it even need to connect to power, I wonder? I'm not sure it does.